All righty. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kim for Treasure Lee Kit Club, and we are live today with our March edition of Crafts and Cocktails. We'll give it some time for some people to stream in. Once you get in, just say hello. Let me know you're here. Okay, I see Sylvia's here and I see Dana's here. Thanks for joining us. Well, we got you before everybody's here and we're checking in. What's your cocktail for the day? I've got a sour apple martini. I'm throwing it back to the 1950s, 1960s, and having that evening martini before dinner. I just didn't put it in my martini glass. I didn't want to knock it over. So I'm having a sour apple martini. What about you guys? Sorry, I was a couple of minutes late. My clock on my laptop is off. I didn't realize that. So I've got to get that fixed. So, raspberry iced tea sounds good, Dana. That sounds really yummy. Sylvia's having water. I've always got my trusty water handy as well, too. There she is. So yeah, I've got my water too. So if you're just joining us, we haven't really started yet. We're just talking about what we have today with our crafts and cocktails. I'm going to put it in the comments. Today's cocktail is sour apple, martini. Man, I have had a week and I have earned this. I was in the car dealership today. I had to take the truck in for service. And normally, I would say 98% of the time, my husband takes the car in. Well, I took it in today and I've taken it in before and have never had an issue. I popped in and had, a light on or something that they check for me. But today was the first time that I ever felt like they were giving me the woman treatment, being a little condescending, talking over me or things like that today. And I really wasn't happy. And of course, the service manager is on vacation this week. And they said, we'll have him call you Monday. Yeah, I don't think he's going to call. I'm going to end up calling him because when I came home and relayed the whole stuff, how it all played out to my husband, he's like, well, why didn't you call me? And I don't want to have to call him for everything. I want to be able to handle it on my own. That's why I went to the service manager, looking for the service manager. But, like I said, today's been a day. I earned a little sip of this martini today. So what we're doing today is we are finishing a project out of those. I started this. I'll come back to it later and finish it pile. I know we all have one of those where you start a project and you set it to the side, either because you don't like the way it's heading or another idea pops in your head, any of those things. We all have those projects. So I pulled out this canvas that I started, and it's a mixed media canvas. So as you can see, I've used a lot of mediums that we already have. I've used some crackle paste on it. I've used some modeling paste on it and stencil. And then I believe that's a mist. I'm not sure which color mist it was on this one. So I've got a couple of different shades of pink. So we're going to go from here. So our base is already done and has been done. So that's one of the biggest things from it. And now I just pulled a bunch of other mediums from past kits and a few other things from my stash. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to do some other things to this background. So I've got some archival ink. And I pulled a couple of stamps, music notes, or just script. Which one do you guys think will be good? Music notes or scripts? Let's see. I'm thinking the script. What do you guys think? The script? Yeah. And so we're just going to do some random stamping on this background as well too. Um, I like the way it is, but I want to bring it back to life a little bit. One says, "Hey Juliet, happy Thursday from California. Thank you for joining us." All right, well, I'm going to go with the script and just going to ink this because it's just going to be some random stamping. Nothing is going to be precise. This is just all going to be, let's have some fun, let's finish this project kind of thing. Hopefully it'll give you guys some motivation to pull out one of those projects too. So got some ink here. And just some random stamping. I love doing random stamping. I'm skipping kind of the middle because I think that's where our cluster is going to be. And I don't want this to be too overdone. But let's see, our doily's going to be here. We're going to have some stuff coming up and down here. So I think maybe one more little, and I think we're good. So this is what we're looking like. This is our random stamping. How's this light looking for you guys? I think I finally got it right. Because I was looking at some of the lives and I'm like, man, those are really dark, even with the new lights. But I think we got it now. The lighting looking good to you guys? Okay. So now that we've got our random stampings on, I want to use this doily, but I'm also want to, I got these straws. I've had these straws in my stash for so long. And I was like, what am I going to do with them? I finally figured out what it is I want to do. So we're going to use these straws here as well. But I don't know, do I want them over or under the doily? Because we're adding more stuff as well to this. We've got some flowers here. I've got some chipboard. All these little things here we're going to be using. And I can't decide for my focal piece how I want it. Do I want a small center focal piece with the heart? Or do we want to make it a little bit bigger with the shutters? And then we open the shutters a little bit and we have the heart on the inside. What do you guys think? Oh, I'm still going to keep the doily, Dana. I just don't know if I want it under. Well, I know I want it under, but I'm going to add some gesso to the straws. And so I don't want to mess up the doily just yet. You know what? That's what we'll do. We'll take these aside and we're going to take some gesso because I've got it right here. Because remember in the January kit, we resupplied all of our gessos. Man, I'm telling you, I only had a couple of sips so far. I don't know what's messing with my mind right now. All right, we're going to take this tray. Oh, you mean put the straws under? That's a thought. But you know what? We're going to take the tray and I'm going to squeeze some gesso into the tray. And I'm just going to paint the straws and let them sit to the side and dry. How's that? That's what we'll do. And you see, I'm just doing this kind of randomly. I want to cover the color, but I kind of want the cover to stick out. So we're just kind of dulling them down a little bit. And these won't take long to dry. And then I can do the other side if I want. I just don't want them to stick. Whoop. And then I'll add some more once these dry. So how's everybody else doing? What have you been up to? Been doing any fun crafting? All righty, guys, there we go. So far, we'll set that to the side for the moment. You know what? I think I'm gonna include, because I bought a bunch more. I may include some straws into one of the kit so I can see what you guys do with them. All right, so that's there. All right, remember I told you I couldn't remember what mist I used, so I pulled out a couple of different shades of pink. So we're going to be using some of these as well. And we'll figure it out. I know for sure, I don't think it was this one because this is the brightest one. This one is Hot Patootie Hot Pink. As you can see, it's one of my favorites. I'm just about out of it. I think I have a backup of it. So those are going to be some of the sprays. And then remember, we got this spray in one of our kits. It's called Glitz Spritz and it's pixie dust. It kind of finishes off your project. This is going to be the last thing that we're going to give a spray to. All right, so while those are drying, another thing that we've got to pick is our ribbon. I've got a couple of different pieces here. Tell me what you guys think, and then I'll tell you which one I pulled out to use. So we're talking about the white ribbon. First, we have this piece. This is number 1. This is number 2. What number 2 looks like. This is what number 3 looks like. And this is number 4. So you guys pick one or tell me which one you think I picked. I went through all of these before and I kept going back and forth. And then I finally decided on one. So I want to know what you guys think as to which one should be used. Okay, Juliet, this is just a canvas that I started. I think you missed that part. I started this canvas a while ago. And what I did, it's a flat panel canvas. And when I started it before, I used some crackle paste on it as the base. And then I did some, I sprayed it with some mist so the crackles would stand out. And then I used a stencil and some modeling paste on the top of it. And then I set it aside for some reason. So I pulled it back out. I was like, you know what? We're going to finish this today and we're going to finish it live. So that's what the base looks like. Well, Juliet and Sylvia, you guys are right. I did pick number 4 to use. They were all really pretty, but some of them seemed just a little bit too big for everything, almost like they were fighting for attention. So I chose to go with this one. And I like the way that it came out. You see, if you put that here, well, actually, I want that up a little bit higher there. And we put that there. I think it looks a lot prettier. It's just enough, but it won't be fighting for attention. It'll stand out, but it won't be fighting for attention from our main design. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, let's get back to the straws real quick. They're dry on one side. We're going to throw some more gesso on the other. And like I said, I'm only doing enough gesso on these just to tone that color down a little bit. That, and I'm going to spray these too, so I wanted to pick up some of the other color. But they don't have to be perfect. Remember, I said in the beginning, nothing on this one is going to be precise. We're just going to be placing and going. Placing and going. Choo choo. Oh, little spot there. One more to go. You guys, I've been working like a mad scientist on 2 different things. One, I got a lot of feedback from in person from the craft show when I was at. There was a project that I had out. It was a card project, and everybody was like, "Do you have, this particular kit?" Because they wanted to make the card because it was an interactive card that I made. What I used from the kit were papers and everything, and they were like, "Oh wow, we really want the card, the interactive card." So I've been busy working on a template for that particular interactive card, and it's nothing that hasn't been done already. I guess I did it a little differently. Um and so I've been working hard. You'll probably see that in the May kits. Okay, so those are painted, and again, we're going to kick those to the side. Now I'm thinking, if I'm using this, should I do something to the background of this? Because I think I'm still going to put the heart in it. And before, when I was just going to use just the heart, I was going to sit that on top. But do we need something on the background of that so that heart stands out? I don't know. Should we paint the back of that black or anything like that? We'll sit it here for a minute. We got time when we get to that. All right. We're going to come back over to our board, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors, and we are going to adhere the lace. You know what I did, guys? I cleaned off my desk, and now I can't find anything. Does that happen to anybody else? Like, I cleaned everything. You say just around the edges? Okay. We got one that's just around the edges. All right, and let me go from this end so I know where I'm going. All righty. So that's been the update. It's been a whirlwind since I got back from I did that expo, but it was so much fun and such a learning experience. I can't wait to do it again next year. We've been looking at some other expos, but a lot of them are a lot larger, and I don't think I'm ready for that. So we'll probably stick to the smaller ones. Like I said, we're going to do the smaller one again next year. Just the simple fact that the people that organized it were so nice and helpful and inviting, especially when they found out it was my first time ever doing an expo. It was lots and lots of fun. All right. Come on. Our glue seems to be stuck, even though I had the pin in it. I put a pin in it, y'all. And it still does not want to come out. Let's try that again. There we go. Now we got it going. We had a glue clog. I try and keep all of my stuff in my little tool caddy on the desk, but whenever you need scissors, they're the easiest grab for me. So I grab them and then end up throwing them back on the desk or throwing them somewhere. And apparently I threw them somewhere, and I have a little tag on them so they don't get lost, but apparently they got lost. Either that or I just threw them in the wrong part of the tool caddy. And I don't feel like looking for them because I'm in the middle of a live with you guys. So we are having our live. Anybody got any fun weekend plans? Any craft plans? I know for me, actually don't have any weekend plans, and I'm actually looking forward to that. Like I said, it's been a heck of a week, and we've still got, we're still tomorrow morning getting up and heading out early, and we'll probably be gone most of the day. And I know most of you, I'm not sure if most of you know that my husband and I are both retired. But this week, we've been getting up like we've had real jobs to go to. And I'm not liking that. I'm supposed to be able to sleep in if I want to. I'm like, I'm missing my sleep here. Okay. So now, remember I said nothing was going to be precise? Yeah, this is going to be precise only because I want it in a certain spot. But other than that, you know what, Juliet? I'm kind of a neat freak too. And I especially after once I finish one project, I can't start the next one until after I clean up. Okay, so here we've got this. We're going to let that sit down for a minute, and then I'm going to end up eventually snipping off the edges of that. But we've got that down already. And we've got our straws. So what I want to do is, I think I'm going to take a little bit of some of the mist. That one looks a little orangey for me. I'm going to take this one. I'm using Alpine Ice Rose. Or actually, no, I think maybe I'll use saltwater taffy to start with. It's a little softer. Yeah, Dana, we're supposed to get rain too. Oh, here we go. Everything wants to clog on me. Of course, when you're live, everything stops working, right? Or if you're trying to show somebody something, nothing's going to act right. Look at this. Nothing wants to act right. Here's my wipe. All right, let's see if our pixie dust will act right. Or hot, what is this? Hot patootie, hot pink. Let's see if that one wants to act right. Oh, woo, there we go. Oh. Well, it was there for a minute, but we're going to roll those in that, and we're going to keep it rolling. There we go. We just made margaritas with those limes. So we've got some pink on these now. And I'm going to clean up the messy pink. And we're going to set that aside. We're going to set those aside and let them dry. And then we're going to start some assembling. Okay. And now Juliet just said on the edges. Nope, these are just plain old baby wipes that my husband picks up for me at the dollar store. I just make sure to tell him to get the fragrance free. But other than that, just plain old wipes and plain old paper towels. Super thin old paper towels. I just keep them right here next to the table for me. All right, so we set a little bit of black in the background to this. I don't know. You know what? Let's try white, because then that way we can add some color. And I'm just going to use same old gesso that I used. And then this way we can splash some pink on the background of it. Just a little more white. That's it. A spritz of pink. You got it. A spritz of pink. Because then that way the heart will stand out, will step out. The way this is going, it looks like this should have been a Valentine's Day project. And then I'm just going to randomly brush the rest off. But that will dry shortly. And my little jar of water back there. Oh, I do have some pink mica from a kit. We could do some pink mica. I do have some pink mica. Oh, and now you're saying black. You know what? That might even be pretty too. We'll let that dry and then we'll go over a coat of it with black gesso. Won't hurt us in any way at all to go back over this with a coat of black gesso. But I like that. I like that idea a lot. And then we can tie in the black with the stamping and everything. Okay, so now the question is, with all of this, do we really need the doily? Do we really need the doily? Let's see, because we're going to sit that like right here. So how much of the doily do we really see? What are your guys' thoughts? I'm thinking, yeah, we could keep it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my straws down a little bit. They're a little high. And I think we can go ahead and at least adhere this much of it so far. What do you guys think? Yeah. Looks good to me. Oh, right here in front of me. I'm like, where'd the glue go? It's right here in front of me. Okay. Yeah, it won't hurt us to leave it. And even if just a little bit of it is peeking out, that's fine too. So yeah, we're going to leave it. Going to leave it. I cannot wait for spring, you guys. I need some warm weather. Although, like I said with Dana, it's supposed to rain here tomorrow, but it's also supposed to be like 75 degrees. All right, we're going to cut this piece off the edge. Okay. So now we've got that cut off. Now I have a whole bin of doilies. I would buy them all the time when they were on sale at Michael's or anytime I saw some different looking ones, some that looked a little different or random. So, okay, so we've got that. And now we're going to go ahead and, like I said, put down these straws. And again, I'm just putting them down. I don't have anything marked off. Sometimes I like to mark off stuff when I'm gonna put some glue on the side of this too, so they'll stick together, so there'll be no rolling. I like to mark off when I'm gonna place stuff, but this time, no. We're just, like I said, we're just going random and we're just having some fun and some girl chat and all of that other stuff. My husband realized I was doing my live. He was like, I'm going to take a nap. He's like, wake me up when you're done. It's date night tonight and it's his pick. So he decided we'll just order some takeout. He's like, you know what I want, just order the takeout. And we're going to watch some Netflix or something. I think he's got a movie picked. Well, no, actually, there's a series we've been watching. So That's what we're gonna do tonight. All right, you guys got any good shows that you're watching on Netflix or Amazon Prime or Apple TV or something? Some anything that's a good show or series. You know, if it's got multiple seasons too, that's even better. Sometimes we like sitting in the house and okay, while that dries, I'm flipping back over. We're going back to the black gesso. You know, sometimes we like to sit in and binge watch some stuff. I'm just giving this a little shake because it's been sitting. Oh shoot, that's the wrong one. That's the clear gesso. That won't work. Where's the black gesso? It's right here. I have a little basket that I keep the mediums in. That's the texture paste. That's the black gesso. Didn't think we were going to need the black gesso, but we are. Yeah, Reacher is so good. We've got the last couple of episodes to watch because we were waiting until they released the last 4 before we went back to it. But fun fact about Reacher, I don't know how I got on this list, but I am on this list for Amazon where I get to preview shows and fill out a survey afterwards. So they send me links to these shows. Oh. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Mm-mm. Hold on, you guys. Something happened with the camera. I'm working to fix it. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying. There we. Okay. You got me. Let me switch it over. Okay, there we go. I hit the cord. So sorry about that, you guys. You guys got to see me in all my crappy scrapping clothes. Okay. So, Reacher, we're talking about. So, Amazon, I'm on this preview committee and I got to see the preview of Reacher before they released it. Like, they've got another movie coming out. Sometimes it's series and I'll get a couple of episodes. Sometimes it's actual movies. They've got a movie coming out next month called G20, starring Viola Davis that I got to watch. If you like action movies, I'm definitely recommending it. Okay, so now we're doing the black gesso. Oh, I need my better brush. That one's all yucky. The bigger brush will get this done a lot quicker too. There we go. All right, sorry about the camera, you guys. I hit the cord when I was reaching for something and it disconnected. So yeah, so I've been doing a lot of Amazon, watching, previewing stuff and getting to see some decent movies. But Reacher was one of them, and we were hooked. So yeah, we've got that. And I see somebody said Love and Death. Hey, Denise. That's all right. So wait, I saw somebody said Love and Death, True Crime on Max. I'll have to look into that. Hubby won't watch that, but I definitely will. I am a true crime junkie. I'll even watch it when I'm crafting. I'll put it on the TV in my craft room. Well, in here where I'm at. And I will watch true crime all day long while I'm crafting. People are like, how can you watch that stuff? I was like, I want to see these stories because not that anybody made any mistakes that wound them up into those situations, but sometimes trying to be a good person, you end up in a situation or get caught in a situation with somebody that's a not so good person. Like there was one show I was watching, and actually I've seen this a couple of times, um, where someone was leaving work and they had a new employee that had only been there for like 2 weeks, and she was being nice enough to give him a ride home. And it turned out he assaulted her and then killed her. I was like, yeah, I'm not giving anybody I don't know a ride. I'm sorry. It's late at night. I'm a woman alone. I feel for you, but you got to get home the best way you can, especially if you're a man. And I hate to say that, like being sexist, because I know bad things happen to men as well, too. But you don't see, as many women that kill people that they know. And when I say that, I mean, the men that they know. Am I making sense, or am I just making this a whole lot worse? But what I'm trying to say is, as a woman alone, I'm not taking any extra chances. That's all I'm saying. Okay, we're gonna let this dry. And I keep reaching over. Sorry, you guys. I have all these little extra chipboard pieces that I'm going to cut, because we're going to need to use that to build up this part of our centerpiece, because it's going to be sitting on our straws here on one end. So I need something thick on the other end. So we are using chipboard, and I'm just going to cut this into some random pieces just so I can stack them on top of each other. Oh, wow, Dana. See, that stuff, that's horrible. And then I'm so glad that I'm not dating, because, of course, the stories you hear about the dating scene are horrible as well. And then this online stuff, people can pretend to be whoever they want online. And then you go to meet someone in real life, and it's not who they are. It's crazy out here. And so, I watch a lot of true crime. It's kind of like a cautionary tale or a reminder, to myself to, stick to your rules. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for the rules that you put in place for yourself to stay safe. I Like, I've got a rule, I've got a hard and fast rule too. And it's not like I'm out at night or I'm a big partier, but if I'm going out or over to a friend's house, because we like to, the girls like to get together at each other's house. And what I do is, one of my biggest hard and fast rules is never stop at night while I'm alone for gas or at an ATM, because I think those are two very vulnerable spots. And if you're by yourself, it's just not good. All right, I'm just stacking these pieces to see if perfect height. That couldn't have been more perfect. You see that? Let's see if I can show you this. Perfect height. That will sit perfectly. There we go. So, yeah, so those are my rules, and I'm never going to let anyone make me feel bad or feel guilty about sticking to those rules. Because I've got to look out for me, just like, everybody else has to look out for themselves. All right. We've got that there. Let's go with some of the mica. You know what? I'm going to take a brush, and instead of just sprinkling this on, how about we just dry brush it on and see how that looks? What do you think about that? Oh, thanks, Sylvia. We got lucky there. We got lucky with that one piece. All right. Let's try and brush this and see how it looks. You need a little bit more. I think this is turning out nicely. Because you don't always have to use your mica powders wet. Dry brushing them on surfaces like this after you put some gesso on it really gives things a whole new dimension. And it looks like you can concentrate it in certain areas. So this is what we've got so far. Can you see that? You see the color? It's not a heavy color. And it's a little heavier in some places. So I want to concentrate some more around the edges to give the edges, a little more of the color since the center is going to be covered a little bit. So we're going to pull a lot of color to the edges. I'm liking how this is turning out. Oh, this may be one of my new favorite techniques. And then I'll just dust the rest of it or just stamp it off. Yeah, you see that? Can you see how pretty that is? If you look straight on, you get the sheen, but if you look at it from an angle, you get the color. What do you think? And then let's just see if we can just brush some on the sides, just to pull in a little bit of a pink hue. Not trying to color it, just giving a little pink hue there. And that's only because we got the stuff on the desk. All right. Let's start to glue this down. All right. We are going to get lots of glue on here. Because we don't want anything falling off. And we're going to get lots of glue on our straws, as well as the back side of our shutter. Oh, that's the wrong side. Nope, that's the right. Nope, that was the right side. Y'all know me. If I can't mess something up while we're live, then it isn't alive, is it? All right. So now we're going to adhere that on that side. And we got to put some more glue on this side. And we're going to place this like that with our shutters open for the moment. And where's my little handy weight? You guys know the little iron weight has to make an appearance. Okay. So now we're going to hold all that down. All right, so we don't need our water, and we're done with that chipboard piece for now. Now the fun part comes in. We get to decorate this. I pulled out some flowers, some different size flowers that now look like they might be a little, no, we'll work them in. Thought they were going to be a little bit too big, but we'll get them worked in. Phew, I'm starting to sweat, you guys. All these lights make it hot. Okay, and all the talking. Had to get some water. So now we get to play with embellishments. And I'm kind of thinking now that these flowers look a little off. They looked pink before, but now that we're adding all the other pink to it, they're looking a little coralish to me. What do they look like to you? What do they look like to you? Do they look pink or do they look coral? And I'm thinking they look coral. Let's see. Ooh, let me see if I can turn down one of the lights so you can see the actual color. Does that look okay to you guys? Light back on. It's still here. It's still here. Maybe half of it is gone. I was just sipping some water. Yeah, it could be the martini that's making me hot. You know, us ladies of a certain age, a little wine, a little, alcohol, and we start to get a little warm. I should have clipped my hair up, sitting on the back of my neck, and it's all sweaty. Okay, so we're going to go with these flowers. You guys think they look okay? So that's your thing. I'm going to close this because we're not working on that yet. And we've got flowers, and I've got some of these really pretty white ones that has the gold on the edges. And the way I'm thinking about the flowers is I want them like here and on this end. So if we open that up like that, we've got our flowers here to here. But now that I'm using this, I pulled these flowers out when I was using just the smaller when we were just going to use the heart for the center. But now that we've got the shutter, I'm thinking the flowers, these might not be the best flowers. Fortunately, I've got my flowers right here within reach. Let me see if I can pull us out some other pink flowers, because I just don't think that those are going to do it. They're not speaking to me like they were earlier. Let me see if I can find some other pink ones that may look a little bit better. Okay, so we've got these, but no, I don't like those either. I know, I'm being too picky. But if you're going to do it, then let's do it right. Right, you guys? I think I found them. Let me get them off the hook. I've got a pegboard right here with all my flowers on it. So I just need to get them off because, of course, they would be all the way in the back. But I think these are going to be perfect for it. And of course, I'm making a mess. I'm just dumping the flowers on the floor. I'll put them back on the pegboard once the live is over with, before we start dinner. But I think you guys might agree with me when you see these flowers. I think these are better. I think these are going to look a lot better. What do you guys think? Let's take these out. Okay, I've got some gray flowers as well. Because, yeah, I just don't think those are going to cut it anymore now that we've changed this up a little bit. All right. But, yeah, I think these are going to look better. Right there. Or actually, flatter one there. I think that, yeah, I'm already seeing that. I think that looks so much better. Wait, guys. Okay, let me turn the lights down a little. There you go. I think that looks so much better. What do you guys think? Gothic's not bad, Denise. Okay, light back up. And then I may even still keep like the little white flowers, but I think these just look so much better. So we're going to start putting our flowers down. Well, Denise, if you're in a gothic kind of mood, I think that April kit's going to be the kit that works for you today, huh? Wait till you guys see the April kits. I cannot wait for you to see the April kits. They are going to be so much fun, fun, fun. Okay, I need some foam tape for a little foam tape for the ones down here because I want to pop these up, especially this one. Or I could use a piece of my chipboard. If we get some chipboard. All right. Let's see if we get it right this time. We get our height good enough. You guys are awfully quiet today. Oh, Sylvia, wait till you see the April kit. You know, reveal is going to be Monday. No, Tuesday. I'm sorry. April Fool's, no. The reveal is going to be on Tuesday. I got to do everything Monday afternoon and get it all set up and scheduled because Monday is my husband's birthday and we're going out to dinner. The place that he normally likes to go every year, he treats himself to prime rib. I'm not sure where you guys are or if you've heard of the Lowry's Prime Rib restaurant. Normally we would go there for his birthday, but they've closed. They've closed a lot of their locations. And so we are going out to dinner to a local winery here. And there's going to be 10 of us for dinner. And we're going to do a little bit of wine tasting prior to dinner. So I'm going to have to do everything before we go out to dinner. Yeah, Lori's the only locations that are left open because they used to have one in Chicago, Dallas, California, and Vegas. So the only ones that are still open are California and Las Vegas. And since I'll be going, you guys, Debbie's texting me. She's asking when we're doing sneak peeks. Telling her I'm on live now if she wants to jump on. If she can jump on. Her daughter's getting married. So yeah, the only one, and we're going to Vegas in June, the end of June. I have to think about it. There's a show in Vegas called Craft Utopia. It's I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but it's for retailers. It's where all the paper crafters come. You guys may have heard, like, the last couple of years I've been going to Creativation because and this is behind the scenes. This is just industry stuff. CHA, Craft and Hobby Association, that what paper crafters used to be under merged with NAMTA. Hey, Debbie. And so NAMTA's been putting on the show, but NAMTA was for fine artists. And now that they've merged with us with paper crafters, they've been doing the shows. The only thing is they haven't had a lot of paper craft vendors. I've given them 3 years. And of course, y'all know I have voiced my concerns about not having enough paper crafters. Well, last year, year before last, there's a group called the Collins Group, and they decided to put on a paper crafters expo in Vegas. And talking to a few of my friends I met, at Creativations that have gone there, they were like, you do strictly paper crafts and stuff, you need to go there. So I'm skipping Creativation this year. It's in Seattle and it's next weekend. I'm actually skipping that and I'm going to do the show in Vegas where all the paper crafters are, or the paper craft manufacturers are. So that's what I'm gonna do. And so while we're in Vegas, um, I'm gonna end up taking the hubby to Laurie so he can get his prime rib for his birthday, but that's not until June. So, I mean, delayed gratification, but he still gets it. All right, so we put our flowers down, and I just realized I had some chipboard pieces here that I wanted to use. Get some cute little corners. I think we can still squeeze them in here if I break a piece off here or there. You know me, I like cutting mine anyway. So if I cut this here, I could probably use this in 2 different places. Yep, I can get that in there like that. And then I can use this one like right down in here like that. So we've got our flowers down, or at least the base of our flowers are down because we've got more flowers. And what do you think? Do we use the white leaves or the green leaves? The white leaves have gold right on the little tip. Oh yeah, the Vegas show should be fun. I've heard nothing but good things from the people that went, and they all talk about, all the paper crafters and stuff that are there. All right. Are we leaving our chipboard natural? I say, yeah, we'll leave the chipboard natural. So, yeah, we're going to go with natural for the chipboard. All right, Debbie says green. Because we're only going to end up putting flowers down. Leaves down on the bottom. So we're going to pull this piece of chipboard out here for a moment. We're going to tuck those right in there. Okay, here we go, Sylvia. There's the green. There's the big picture of the green. And if you want to see the white, there's the white. Yeah, we're going to leave the chipboard natural. I'm getting ready to go ahead and glue this down. And we're going to stick that one like right in there. Okay, so I guess it's going to be the white flowers. All right, and there's my other bigger one. So we're going to add the white flowers. White leaves. See, I knew I had the right group. Yeah, we've been using all kinds of gesso, Debbie. We've used white and black so far. But I like the white leaves because they have that little bit of gold on the tip. And so it'll help me bring some gold in to the project. All right. Make sure that will lift up because I want that over that. Let's see. Can we get this in here anywhere? No, I don't want that on the ribbon. All right. I know, maybe we may not get that other little piece in. We'll see. So, all right. I've got these cute little tiny roses. And they're gradient. They're pink at the top, and then they all go all the way down to white. And then I've got these cute little shimmery, like berry strands too, that we can use in here. I'm thinking the little roses And what I like to do is, if I can find, oh, where is it? Ah, there it is. Technical term, my little pokey thing. My little pokey thing. And instead of cutting this completely off, or actually, you could cut it off a little bit, but save it. We're going to use it. I'm going to add some glue, and we're going to do a little sticky in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wire piece and I'm going to wrap it around my little pokey thing. And I'm going to leave a little bit off at the top. I'm not going to wrap it completely around. So I'll have some place to stick it. And we'll glue it. And we'll kind of stick it in right there. And we're going to take another one. And we're going to do the same thing. Oh, you've been busy, Debbie. I'm so excited about the wedding. All right, and how about we stick one there? And then we make our little curly thing again. And here we go. Sorry about that, guys. I went off camera. So there we go. All right. This one's not as tight as the other one, but that's fine. You can make it as tight or as loose as you want. And we'll stick it in there. And of course, whatever you do to the bottom, you've got to do to the top. We don't have a whole lot of space at the top, but we can still get a couple of little. Ooh, ooh, don't be like me. I just dropped glue on the project. Where's my wipe? Where's my wipe? There we go. There, we got it. Disaster averted. All right, we're gonna stick a little one here. Yeah, it works at the top. Yep. And I think we're gonna take this other little curly Q here, and we're gonna stick it on the bottom. Because it always looks better if you have threes, or at least in my mind, it always looks better if you have threes. So we've got two there, one there. And up top, I don't really think we need it. We've got the chipboard up top. And so this is how we're looking so far, you guys. And we're just about done. Let's deal with the center now. So we've got our little heart. And it is really standing out against the shimmer. There we go. Push that back up so you guys can see it. There we go. Your little heart there. Let that sit for a minute. And I've got this a little messy here, but we're going to add our memory to the middle of it. Like that. adding glue to both pieces because this is uneven. And so I want to make sure that it gets in where it's supposed to be. I might have to use some hot glue for that. We'll see. But in the meantime, we've got that. And there, this is where we are. And I think we need to add some type of sentiment to this, right? So let's get to sentimenting. How about listen to your heart? Is that a good place for it? Or do we need to go up here? I kind of like it here. I kind of like it right there. What do you guys think? Yep, like right there. That's where I think it looks the best. What do you think? Mm-hmm. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a little ink, and this is Angel Pink by Memento. Let's take a little bit of the pink around the edges. Just a little bit. It's a very soft pink. It needs a little more down at the bottom. It's almost too soft. There we go. Now we got it. That looks a little bit better. Okie doke. You guys, I think we need the finishing touch. And what is my finishing touch? Who knows what my finishing touch is? What's the last thing that I always add? Splatters. We need splatters. But the question is, what color splatters do we need? Do we need gold? Do we need pink? Do we need black? I don't know. What do you think? And I think I'm going to use this piece of chipboard. Found the right spot for it. Just kind of jumped out at me. Use that right there. We also need art stones. We need art stones, don't you think? Okay, somebody said gold and black splatters. That's a lot. All right, let me get my soft gloss gel out because I didn't pull any out. Because I was not thinking. 3D gloss gel. Remember, we got it in January. All right. Yes, the stones. We definitely need stones. All right. Those are the bigger ones. I think I want... Oh, no, those are too small. Ah, there's the right size right there. Get my brush out. If I can find the right brush. Sorry, guys. Reaching over there. Okay. All right. Okay, so our splatters, a little black, a lot of gold. All right. Black in the corners, maybe? We'll see how that looks. Okay. Let's get in with our art stones. Y'all know me and the art stones. I get quiet. I'm like that person that is parking, and if I have to get into a tight parking spot, I'm that person that turns the radio down, like it's really going to make a difference. And I know that sounds crazy, but yeah, I'm that person. I'm crazy. I do crazy stuff like that. Uh, oh, Debbie, you do that too? Okay, so I'm not really crazy, crazy, huh? And then I'm also the person too, and I don't wear it a lot, but when I put on mascara, I'm the one that's standing there putting the mascara on with my eyes closed and my mouth hanging open. I don't know. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. All right, let's get up at the top here. I feel like I'm not paying enough attention to the top part of this, but I really don't think the top needs a lot of work. But we're going to get some stones in there. Little stones there. Well, you guys are nice enough to tell me that I'm not crazy. So I'll take your word for it. Now what? Let's get a little over here. Trying to make sure I keep this on camera for you guys. I whacked the camera stand, or I whacked my head on the camera stand really good, and I wasn't sure if I threw it off or not. So, all right. One more little glob of art stones. You know, there's no such thing as too many art stones, right? No such thing. Don't let anybody ever tell you that. You don't need that negativity in your life. If somebody tells you that's too much art stones. Okay. So, thanks, Sylvia. Oh, so we're just all crazy and we all need to be in the loony bin. All right. So here we are. Let me turn that light down for you some so you can see the true colors. Let me see if this one will help too. Oh, much better. You can see the true colors now. So this is where we're at. And so now we've got to finish up with our splatters. And Denise said maybe some black on the outside and gold on the inside. Okay. So what I want to do, I love this glitz spritz for this pixie dust. So for the gold, we're going to spray, or at least I hope we're going to spray. Y'all saw me with the sprays earlier. Okay, we're going to spray. And that shimmer is amazing on this. Okay, so we've got that sprayed. Um, I'm going to take the heat to it really quickly. So it's going to be a little noisy for a second, you guys. Okay. I'm going to turn the lights back down so you can see the shimmer on this. It is insane. I'm not sure. Can you see the shimmer? I'm trying to get it so you guys can see it. It is insane. And it's on the flowers. It doesn't add any color. It just adds shimmer to it. Let's see. Keep the lights on. Yeah. Insane on the gold shimmer. It's so pretty. All right. And so per Denise's suggestion, we're going to go in with, oh, we're not going in with that one. And I think I just used that not too long ago. All right. We're going to go in with some black. And we're just going to try and get it on the edges. And to do that, I'm going to use my fan brush. Oh, definitely. Man, the spritz will over spritz and it'll just be like, oh. But we did good this time. Oh, there we go. My black didn't want to open. Finally got it open there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some on the mat. And I'm going to use my little fan brush. There we go. And we got a little black on there too. Okay. So we got a little black on the edges. You see that on the corners there? Got a little bit of black. And we got that gold shimmer. And I think we might be done. What about you guys? Anything else that you think we need to add to it? I think we're good. I'm looking at it. I know there's one thing we need to do. We need to do a giveaway. And I'm going to make you think a little bit for today's giveaway. What month and year was Trey Jolie's first kit? Don't be sneaking over to the website trying to look either. I'm counting down. You got 5 seconds. Got the stopwatch going. Well, I'll give you a few more seconds, but don't be trying to sneak over to the website to see. Let's get your best guesses. No clue, Sylvia? Come on, you guys. Do I need to give you a hint? I'll tell you one thing. One person has the year right. One person has the year right. And that's all I'll tell you. Come on, you guys. Nope, nope, nope. So far, nothing's right. All right, you guys, our project, everything's all dry and glued down. And this is our final look. You know, the video will be saved. If you ever want to go back and rewatch, use anything for any references, feel free to do so. Okay, so now I'll tell you, one person has the year right and one person has the month right. What were you poking around for, Denise? Anything in particular? Or just poking around? Okay, I'll give you a clue. It was before 2020. My neck is all sweaty. My hair has been down my back. It's been sticking to my neck the whole time because I've sat here and got sweaty between the lights and the martini, and I'm still sipping on the martini. Nope, nope, nope. No winners so far. Let's see. What other hint can I give you? How about, let's just say, Father's Day. See if that helps you any. See if that helps any. All right, I still see a right month, wrong year. Come on, you guys. It's been 3.5 minutes already. Yay, Debbie got it. June 2018. That was when I released our very first kit. So we are coming up on our 7-year anniversary this year. 7 years, you guys. And I couldn't have done it without you guys. And I'm working on some new stuff. Some more social media stuff. I've been filming some short videos and things. So we'll have, starting April, our social media should look a little bit different, a little more active. And I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys will like it too. Hopefully you won't think it is overboard. I did some, I got some training on social media and how to increase your visibility, because I'm not sure if everybody is seeing us. And I want them to see all the wonderful work that my designers do. And actually, I'm a little partial. I want everybody to see the beautiful kits that we put together. So starting April, we'll be seeing some stuff like that. And like I told you, for May, the card kit is going to have like a template for at least one interactive card for right now. If I can get something else done, because I have to cut some of the templates by hand. If I can figure out a way to cut them on the laser, then that would be a lot easier. And then maybe I can get 1 or 2 more interactive things in there. But again, that's some of the fun stuff that we have coming up. We are coming up to an hour and a half. I can't believe it. It went by so fast. But I should know better, because when I did the expo, I did their make and take the night before. We had 70 people and we only had 20 minutes to get our project done. And I was always running over, because instead of me putting the full kit together, I was letting people choose. And of course, they were taking too long to choose their pieces for the project. So it cut into our time. But for next year, I know I'll have the kids all put together, and I'll, stop trying to overthink it. I overthought a lot of stuff that weekend being my first expo, but you live and learn. But anyway, all that to say, we're at about an hour and a half, so I'm going to let you guys go. You can get to your evenings with your families, and make some more beautiful memories to scrap. I'm going to clean up this mess, and by the time I get this mess cleaned up, it'll be time for me to order our dinner so hubby can go pick it up and we can have a nice relaxing evening. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next month. I'm not sure what we're going to do next month yet, but as soon as I know, you'll know. So you all have a wonderful night, and bye. Oh, see my fun nails for you guys? Always got to have fun nails, except the gesso. But anyway, this was fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.